as Andrew said, we hosts like to take advantage of your good natures and read a little something of our own. I read micro essays. This is one that I wrote in a frenzy last night, and it's less of an essay than it is a rant. Here's the thing about that show, Muppet Babies. They're a bunch of child animal mutants abandoned by God knows what kind of parents. Side note, did they all come from the same parents? A cult of humanimals, a menagerie en trois? One could argue I've read too much into this, but really, I think the show begs the question by its very existence. So, they're all locked up in a house, locked in a room, really, where a negligent, stripy-stockinged nanny visits them once an episode, tops, and as far as any casual viewer can tell, they are never let outside, ever. So they do what any children held hostage would do. They resort to collective hallucinations, out-of-body experiences, delusions of grandeur, and as all of us know, eventually grow into adult Muppets who have various misadventures in their pursuit of that golden, brutal god, Hollywood. I watched Muppet Babies as a child, like any suburban-bred 80s American human, but it was not until my fucked-up adulthood that I could place the sickening feeling I felt while watching it. It felt both dreary and naughty, unlike other cartoons I watched. The morally sparkling He-Man, the socialist utopia of the Smurfs. No, Muppet Babies, they tried to hide their moral decrepitude under the guise of characters we already knew so well. Oh look, it's Kermit, but he's in a little sailor shirt for some reason. I'm telling you, if they'd done this with an animated unknown, you would all be on my side already. Perhaps now would also be a good time to note that I had a fear of the infinite at this impressionable young age. All it would take was a song on, say, my Rainbow Bright cassette tape with the innocuous title, Friends Are Forever, to throw me into hysterics. Forever? That is way too long to be friends. Now let's take a step back and consider what all this meant for my child psyche. A fear of being considered a mutant, let's say. The worry that as an only child I was perhaps metaphysically locked in a room with only my imagination and some shitty old movies as my window to the outside world. Never really being given the chance to explore anything on my own without some monstrous nanny personality stomping her green-striped cankles in my path. On the flip side, per Rainbow Bright, infinity was also a problem. Too many options, stretching out in every direction was its own kind of abject horror. You could argue that the root of this existential dread lay within me and not within the cartoons I patronized. But try this on for size. Most 80s cartoons had moral lessons shoehorned into the credit sequences. Hey kid, don't set things on fire or whatever. Meanwhile, the end of the Muppet Babies featured animals shouting, "Go bye-bye!" while Gonzo blasted off into the atmosphere. But not really, of course, because in reality, they were all still locked in that room.